Hi everybody, guess what time it is? It's resin time. Yes it is. We are going to do a couple of resin butterflies. And actually I think I've got a big one that I want to do and a smaller one. Here's the thing. I think I'm just going to make these a single layer butterflies. There we go. In fact, I don't even know what I was thinking when I was going with the two. Yeah, these are going to be single layer butterflies. I'm going to use some of my rub-on flowers. We're going to use these gorgeous, gorgeous blue ones for this first one. Actually, you know what? I haven't done any red in a while. We're going to go red with the first one. I don't know if I'll have time to do two or any more than these two, or maybe I'll do red and blue. We'll decide. So anyway, first things first, I'm going to read a quote real quick. They say a person just needs 3 things to be truly happy in this world: someone to love, something to do, and something to hope for. That's pretty good. I like that. I like that a lot. Hope is a big thing. All the quotes that I'm looking at today are based on hope. Walk on hope. Oh no. It says, walk on with hope in your heart and you'll never walk alone. And that's true as well. We all need to keep hope alive these days especially, don't we? So I just thought, you know, I'd read a couple of little quotes and then we'll just go on. We're going to go ahead and start going crazy with this. Now, the last time I made one of the red butterflies, in fact, I think I'm going to go two red probably with this. The last time I made one of the red butterflies, oh my word, you guys, it sold like immediately in my shop. So these, the particular rub-on decals that I'm using today, these red ones and these blue ones, have been extremely popular in the past. Both come out crazy beautiful on these butterflies. I mean, crazy beautiful. They are really my most favorite ones when I do these clear butterflies. I like the pink and I like all the other colors as well, but these just, the colors are so vibrant and beautiful that it's just like, you just can't beat it. And you'll see when we get these done how gorgeous it's going to be. So I'm taking these butterflies that I'm using here to create these. This is just a base for me to use to create the shape of the butterfly. Really, that's all I'm using this white butterfly for, because it's going to come off. And the reason it's going to come off is that this resin pops right off and away from these butterflies. And I will put a link in the description menu so that you guys can see. I get these butterflies on Amazon, and I will put a link so that you can see where you can get them. In fact, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to resin both sides of this just from the get-go. And I noticed that I had another bottle of, well, not a whole bottle, a portion of a bottle of resin that I'm using today. Now, it's not my J-Diction, and it's not the usual, it's not Let's Resin. It's a different resin that I purchased a little while back, and I didn't love it as much as I love my other resins, and so it's kind of just been sitting there. But I figured today I'm going to go ahead and use it because I'm not going to waste it. It's still good resin. It's just a little bit different consistency for me to work with than my other resins are. It's actually a little bit thick, and boy, do I really have to squeeze this bottle to get it out. But I'm going to say for these butterflies, what I am liking right now is it's going straight up to the edge of this butterfly and it's staying there. So I hope that doesn't mean that with this particular resin it won't pull away when I get to the point where I want to pull it off of the white butterfly, because I definitely want these to be my clear butterflies. And what I'm going to do with this, I'm not going to use my torch on this because this is a soft plastic underneath. So if there's a few bubbles in this resin, I'm not going to worry about that. Not with everything that's going on this, it's going to be just fine if there's a couple of bubbles in there. So I'm popping it under my lamp, and I'm going to put it under my lamp. I have a decent layer of resin under that. So I want to give it plenty of time to get cured and all that good stuff. And in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start cutting some of these flowers out and getting them ready. Oh, these are so pretty. The red is just so vibrant. I love the blue too. I love it just as much as the red. This one here, I'm going to cut off this flower because I've found flowers with these kind of pointy, weird looks don't always look so great on the butterflies. So I am going to cut that portion of this out. I'm just going to keep the right up to the red flower here. And I'm going to go ahead and keep these other little blue ones on here. I may end up cutting those off as well. I'm just not sure. But for now, I'm going to leave those on here because there's just one little tiny point, and that's the leaves at the end, and they're a different kind of a leaf. So I am going to leave that on there, and it depends on kind of where it sits on the butterfly. I'm going to cut out this little teeny butterfly, and we'll save that for another project. Little teeny tiny butterfly. So there's that piece. I'm going to cut this one out. And I'm going to cut a few of just the little single flowers too, because those work nicely to kind of fill in areas where you kind of need a little bit something extra to finish filling in an area. So also this little blue piece here would be a good fill-in piece. And that we'll save for something else. And then whether or not I will, use this all the way to the end is going to depend on kind of where these go on the flowers or on the butterflies. And because you can see that's kind of big, but the big butterfly is very big. So let me pull my butterfly out. What I need to do is I need to, I'm going to warm it up again really quick because I do need to bend it a little bit. I wasn't thinking and I wasn't holding it flat. And all I have to do is just kind of heat it up a little bit and I can get it to flatten out some. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of rolling it back in the opposite direction. Let's see. It's just a little more bent than I want it to be. So let me get it under there. I'm going to hold it under my light and just curl it for a second and see if I can't get it just to get a little bit straighter. You can feel it as you put it back under that warm light. It starts to soften up a little bit for a minute. And it'll start to do what you want it to do. But in the same token, it's pulling away from the white butterfly. So that should be okay. It's not perfectly straight, but when I put another layer of resin over the top of this, I will use one of my sticks and hold it down. I'll just use this and I'll hold it down flat so that I can get it to flatten out. And the fresh resin will help make that happen. So now I'm just going to take and I'm going to put a little bit of resin in the center of this, putting the whole thing together. And then we will start putting some flowers on the outside. But that's just kind of putting the two pieces together there. It's not the cleanest right here next to the body, but that's okay because we're going to put another layer of resin and it's all going to flatten out just fine. So let me pop this under my lamp for a minute and just get that center section cured. And that should be okay. I'm going to grab my stick here. And I'm going to hold that straight just to see if maybe I can get it, if it's under there for a full minute, maybe I can get it to straighten out even more. But like I said, when I put that, the next layer of resin over the top of this, it will straighten out even more as long as I hold it down and just work it, making it stay straight. Okay, that should be okay. And it's cured. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start putting our some of our decals on there. Let me just cut this one out. And I don't know which parts of this I'm going to use and which ones I won't use, but I want to have them cut out regardless. So there's that one. Let's cut this one out, because the big one obviously is going to need more than the smaller one is going to need. And if this big one takes too long, then we can just save the small one for, I can do it another day. These are a little bit time consuming because this one, I'm just going to cut it off right at the flower there, because there's so many steps to doing these, but let me tell you, it's more than worth it. It's well worth the time spent to get it put together. And there's another little tiny butterfly. Gotta save all those little baby butterflies. And we've got those leaves, which I don't care too much for. Those leaves, there's another flower. And I want to get these leaves and this other flower cut out. That piece, I think I'm just going to put that piece in the trash because I honestly don't think I will ever use it. There's just certain ones of these that I have tried to use in different projects and I've never ever liked the way they've turned out. So I already know that's how I'm going to feel about that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put some of these flowers on here. And we're going to decide exactly how we want them to look. Let's see. And you can see how it kind of goes over the edge here. So those pieces are going to get cut off. So that's why I try very hard to get it so that I'm not cutting too much of it off. And sometimes I can just maybe cut one little section off, use that, and then cut another section off and use that somewhere else. Like this one is pretty good. And that's a good one to put up, going up to the edge of the wing here. So I think what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and get this as close to the edge as I can. I'm going to turn it over and just kind of cut this piece off. I want to get it as close to that edge as I can so that I don't have to do too much work trying to get pieces cut off after it's on there, because these rub-ons, they really don't want to sorry you guys. Why is that not cutting? I'm going to cut this piece off. Anyway, they don't want to cut, or I'm sorry, they don't want to lift unless the edge of them is right on that butterfly. Why aren't these cutting? I don't get it. The tips of these are just not cutting. So I'm just going to go like this and just cut it. These are terrible scissors. I don't know why I'm using them, if I'm being honest. Okay, so let's go ahead. That one I'm just going to sweep off of there. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to put this one on first. It's not as easy to get them apart when I've got these gloves on either, because this is going to want to stick to these gloves. In fact, the gloves are coming off, guys. I'm sorry. For the purposes of doing this video, it's going to take me so much longer if I leave those gloves on than if I just do it this way. No, but under normal circumstances, I would leave my gloves on. Okay, so I'm going to try and get this right in where that V is as best I can, like that. Okay, now I gotta find an edge to lift, and I laid that whole thing down on there, so I gotta find something to grab onto. Okay, so we're gonna just take it. It's best if you can pull it from an edge that you know is stuck down, because then if you do have anything hanging over here, it'll usually come off okay. So you can see how this is right here. So this is where I would take and add another flower. And sometimes I will actually leave these hang over the edge, and then I will resin over the top of them. And I'm going to hold this edge here. I will resin over the top of them and just make it part of, you know, the rest of the butterfly. Okay, so I've got that down, I think, on all edges. Yeah, I got it all. Okay, so you can see how that one's hanging over. I'm just going to leave it like that so I can show you guys that you can do a lot with these to make them look exactly how you want them to look, and to hang over and make it look more flowery on the edge. Whatever you want to do is okay. And I actually have not made one of these in quite some time. I've been so busy doing other stuff that I haven't had time to work on these, and I just love, love, love these butterflies. And I want that to come up over that edge, because I don't want a bunch of weird lines just kind of showing up. Straight lines on the edges. I don't like that. So you can see how that hangs over. Isn't that pretty? Just like that. And really, I kind of feel like I need other bits and pieces here just to get this edge. And the next one, I'm not going to cut it off so much. I'm gonna let it be and let those edges hang over. So the next big piece that I put down will be a little bit different than this one. Okay, this one, I really want to get as much of that flower on there as possible. So I'm going to put it on just like that. And I'm going to try and lift it. See, it's trying to bring up that other flower, so that's why I say be careful. And I'm just going to, if I can lift it from over here, that whole flower is going to stay there. So you see how that did? Okay, these pieces I don't need. And this one's used. This one's used. This piece could possibly come in handy. And I think I'm going to try and use this little piece here and put it like right there to fill in that one little spot. Now hopefully this will work because this is teeny tiny and going to be hard to hold on to, but I'm going to give it a shot. We're going to go just like that. Let's see, this is where it's going to be hard because it's not going to want to... Oh, look at that. It came right off. It did it. Haha, yay. And I'm going to take this little pointy edge off of here. And it needs one more little bit, and we're going to use a leaf section to cover that other little bit there. Oops, what happened? It's stuck to this. That was weird. There we go. Got it. Okay, and so we're going to put this leaf right here. There's one other spot on the other side that I kind of feel the same way about. And I don't know if I'll be able to do it or not, but we're going to give it a shot because I've got this one little spot right there you can see. It's not going to show as much once I pull it away from the white butterfly. The white butterfly is kind of hindering my view of this a little bit. I could use just this little section of leaves to put on that edge, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to put that just like that. And so we're going to have a lot of this sort of hanging over the edges, but you'll see how we can resin over that and get it to stay. So look at how pretty that looks. See, isn't that gorgeous? So now we need to get these other parts done. Now this one, I think I'm gonna just kind of leave it alone. You know what? There's a little bit left on this one, and I think I can just put that right there. And look at that, it filled in that one little straight line. That worked out very slick. Oh my goodness, I can't get this off. Okay. Next, let's see, what do we want to use down here? I think I'm going to put this piece in there. And I'm just going to figure out how how it will go over the edge. That's what I want. I want it to go over the edge, just like that. And then again, you also have to be careful when you put this down, because this, these decals, this tape that they are on sticks really well, and it will also stick to the flowers you've already put down. So you have to very carefully peel it back, and peel it back in a way that you're, like when you're putting decals on your car windows, you have to kind of lay it flat and do it like that. Okay. This edge here, we are going to cut right at the edge. I don't like the way that's hanging over there, so there we go. Okay, so that side is done. I'm not going to put anything else on there. This is going to be clear coming off of here. Part of me, I think I'm going to cut this edge off as well, right here. Just this piece. And I'm going to just nicely round it off, just like that. I wonder if this might be usable, this little leaf. So I'm going to tape this just on the edge, on the clear part, on the edge of my table. Okay, and you guys, I think I'm going to pull you in a little bit closer so that you can get a little bit better view of this. And I'll try and stay right there where you guys can see it. So now I'm going to just turn it around, and we're going to get this piece on. I just need to figure out which way I want it to go. And I kind of like it like that. So we're not going to cut anything off of this. We're just going to put it on there and get it where we want it. I'm going to have that sort of come in, and I'm going to do it just like that. And I've still got my fingers on this piece of plastic over here. So this is the end I'm going to use as my starting point, because I know everything on that edge is touching down. And we've still got a couple of flowers left on there. I'm not worried about those. I don't need them. I think I'll even cut this little bit off right here, because it's just a stick. And we'll cut this other stick off. There we go. All right. Okay, now the other thing is I really don't want all of this hanging over this edge. I don't mind it hanging over this edge, not thrilled about it hanging over this edge like this. So I am going to go along the little leaf right, well, no, we're even going to cut that little leaf off. But this I can pretty much cut right along the ledge. I'm going to get some other scissors here. These will work a little bit better. These are better detail scissors. So you can see how nicely that just went in there and cut that off. But this piece here, I feel like I can find a spot for that to sort of go. And I think right there is a good spot. And it just kind of went right in there. But the question is, am I going to be able to get it to stay down since that's right on the edge? I don't know. I'm going to have to see if I can get it to peel back from this edge and stay. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna step back for a second here. Oh, I don't have to. That's already, no, it's not. It's not already off of there. Duh, Carol. Or is it? Yes, it is. Because I cut it off the edge. Oh my goodness, I'm so crazy. So that's already on there. I didn't have to worry about that. All right. Do I want to put one here? I think I'm going to take and just cut part of that stem off and see if I can get this little piece right there. And that way it's just hanging off a little bit, but I think that will be nice. But of course I can't see the plastic, so let's peel this back from over here. So trying not to break the other part of the sticker. There we go. Okay, so there we go. We have this. Doesn't look like a whole lot right at this moment, but it will, I promise. We've got this blue flower here, and I think it'd be nice to kind of throw this in maybe down towards the bottom there. I mean, we've cut it out. We might as well try to find a place, a good place to use it. And I think actually right there is a good spot. And, whoops, there we go. Yeah, I think that looks good in there. And then maybe just a leaf or something. There's some little leaves. I think this would be a good piece to pop right in there. Just to kind of make them look like they go together. Just like that. And there we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, while I still have this on that other white butterfly, I'm going to put a layer of resin over this again. So, but I'm going to do one wing at a time because that will make it much more manageable for me to try and get it flattened out and straight and everything that I want it to be. So many times when I'm doing my butterflies, I do them one wing at a time. Per, you know, each layer, I do the same layer, but I do it on one, then I do it on the other one. And then I'll probably do the body when I do the second side. So you guys can see kind of how I'm covering this. I'm just squeezing the bottle here and making sure that I get the entire thing because I don't want to miss any spots. Because that's when you end up having to add more resin layer, and then you get into having to do a whole bunch of layers, and trust me, I've done it. And it's fine. It still turns out fine in the end, but it's kind of wasteful of your resin, and resin is not cheap. So I try not to waste the resin when I'm doing this, if I don't have to. So let me get a gander under my light and make sure there's no spots here that I don't see resin. And cover those up. Okay, so I think I've got it. I'm going to pop this side under my lamp for about 60 seconds. and get my stick over there. As soon as it starts to cure a little bit, I'm going to put my stick on top of it and straighten out that wing a little bit more. But I'm going to wait until I know it has started to cure and I'm not going to end up putting dings in it. So here I go. Got my stick on there. And I am holding it down as best I can. This is not easy though. See, it's much easier when you do it on that first layer. So, a lesson you guys will learn from my mistake on this one for not paying attention. That's my fault. Just a little bit longer. I want to really make sure that's straightened out and it stays in that position. Plus the heat from the lamp will get it, you know, will give it lots of cure time, and the more curing it does, the better. Okay. And if I have any little lines or anything from that stick, not to worry, I can cover those up. But you can see this side is definitely flatter than the other side. We are going to be resining the back side of this once we pull it off of the white butterfly. Whoops. You guys are not going to believe, well, you guys have seen some of my other ones, but wow, this is going to be so gorgeous when it's done. Let's go ahead and get our little body done. Okay. I'm going to have to go check on my dog in a little bit too. She's out there by herself. So I don't want to leave her too long without at least talking to her. Plus it's about her snack time. Her afternoon snack time. You got a dog like that, they like to eat a lot. And so I give her several little meals during the day. Not several. I give her breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But that keeps her happy, and especially when I'm doing stuff like this and I'm not there with her, I feel guilty, so I don't like to leave her by herself for too long without at least giving her something to eat, especially when she knows when it's lunchtime. She's got that internal clock going on, and she knows, hey, it's time to feed me, Mom. So I try to be on time with her little meals. And I'm holding this down with my stick. And I've got this pretty good and flat, I feel. And I know you guys would probably like to see what I'm doing, but really all I'm doing is it's sitting under the lamp and I'm just holding the stick down across the butterfly to keep it straight. And it's not an easy task to do sometimes, especially with these big butterflies. Pulling it out, and I'm just gonna, it's nice and warm, so I'm just gonna kind of bend it a little bit and shape it. And it is shaping nicely. So that works really well as long as it's still a little bit warm when you pull it out from under the light. But you'll see I've got it all covered. And our next process is going to be to separate the resin from the white butterfly. Look at that. And then we're going to take, I'm not going to show you the front side yet, we're going to take and we're going to put a layer of resin over the back because the back is a little bit sticky right now, because especially with that layer that we, well, not that that really matters, but the stickers, the decals are sticky on one side. And so if we're going to leave them on there and leave them hanging over, they've got to be covered up with resin. And when I resin this side, it's going to give me the opportunity to straighten it out or flatten it out even more if I find that it's not flat enough. So again, I am making sure that everything is covered. And you need to make sure you have a light where you can kind of see, based on the shine that shows under the light, you can see if there's little divots or areas that don't have resin on them. Get that resin in those little spots because it's going to make a difference in the long run. You want everything to be covered. And I'm going to look under the lamp. I can see a couple of spots here where I need to make sure I hit them. And I'm doing one wing and I'm doing the body right now. Okay, so now I'm going to pop it under my lamp and do this one more time. I've got my stick ready to go. And I do see one spot that I kind of missed a little bit, or maybe it's just the dip in the, oh yeah, I'm going to just dot that one spot with some resin. Okay. All right. All right, you guys, I'll be right back. Okay, so, ouch, ooh, stepped on something. So we have this to this point. I wonder if that might be pretty to add to this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some more goodies to it. And I have got, just remembered, I gotta find my red ones. I've got these that Robin sent me. Just remembered, and I'm so happy I did, that I had these sitting right here with me. Robin sent me some more of the red bling stuff that she had sent me before, and so now I have more that I can use, and these will be gorgeous on this butterfly. So I'm just going to really quickly cut these off of their homes. I don't know if I'll use one or 3 or what I'll do, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut 3 of these off. She sent me all kinds of colors of these, and I'm so glad she did because they really are gorgeous. Why isn't that piece breaking? Huh. That is strange. Okay, let's see if we can... There we go. Got it off. There's that one. Let me get this other one off of here, because we want these to be as flat as possible on the back side. And I'm not going to use this piece. I'm going to save this one. I mean, I may save more too, but I want to have at least 3 of them out here just in case. All right. And this I will just put aside for now. Okay. And we're not using that. That came from another box. I do have this too though, and it's got that blue in it. So let's have that out too. Okay. So I just took out, because this has red and blue in it. See how pretty that is? Now there's going to be another layer of resin that's going to go over the top of this, but for now, here's what I do want to do. I want to put this on at the top, because this is what it's sort of going to hang from. So I'm going to figure out exactly where I want that to be, and real quick I'm going to put a dot of hot glue there. And under that one. Should have done them both at the same time, but I didn't. So we're just going to put, oops, I'm sorry you guys. I just put a dot of hot glue under both sides of this right there so that it will be centered. And then I'm going to put a layer of resin. And I think I'm going to use this one. And we're just gonna get it all around that tip. And I'm gonna pop that under my lamp real quick and let that cure. So these are some of the things that we're going to use. I pulled out just different odds and ends, not sure what, you know, I would go ahead and use, but I have some beautiful stuff. Now I only have these 4 little pieces of this left, and I may end up using 2 of these in this butterfly, and maybe I'll save the other 2 for the blue one, and that'll be it for these, you guys. These were, I want to say, these are my favorites as far as all of the bling trims that Sherry sent me. These, I mean, I can't say favorites. I love the dangles for their purpose, and I love these for other purposes, but I love the way these are put together with the flower center and the and the rhinestone pieces, you know, the here and here, because it kind of goes up into a triangle, and I like the way it does that. So I really, really love this bling. So I'm going to have to talk to Sherry and see about if she could order some and I can buy some from her, or what I can do, but I need to get some more of this. So I'm going to be checking into that. Okay, so this is resined on here now. We're all good to go. Got a little piece of glue across there. And so we're going to set that right there so you guys can see what I'm doing the whole time. I'm not going to move it. I'm going to stay butterfly. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. First things first, I am going to, here's what I debated on. I debated on, do I want to put this at the bottom, hanging from the bottom section of the wings, because I do love this as well. This is one of my other favorites. Everything, all of the rhinestone chain stuff that Sherry got me is just stunning. I love every bit of it. This is one of my other favorites, this piece here. And then I like the fringy stuff was really great because I used that on my little pouches and stuff. So I'm almost out of that too. So I need to talk to Sherry and see about getting some more of some stuff. But I'm not sure. What I could do is I could put this on here because I definitely want this hanging from the middle. And then I'm going to lose part of the center of that by putting this in the middle of it like that. Or I could just leave it at this, but I still kind of feel like, I don't know. I don't know if that's enough. So that's where my questions are coming from for myself. How do I want to go about this? Oh, I wonder. I really like these roses. I wonder if I used one of these in here. Because I don't want to go... I was thinking we would take 2 of these maroon flowers and maybe one blue one in the center, just to bring the blue into it. Or I could take... Wish I had another one of these that I've already cut up out, but that's okay. I can use one of these. I'll just take one off the edge here. Let me get my glue gun. See if I can loosen this up here. Because I usually end up sort of covering up 1 or 2 of these flowers when I use these appliques anyway. So it's not going to hurt it to take one of those off of there, and I can pull one off of another one and use it, so if I need to. Or I could take and just put maybe cream colored one in the center. I kind of like that better. I feel like I like the blue, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it kind of is too much. I don't know, you guys. Because see, that blue just kind of pops and it looks out of place. At least in the camera it does. When I'm looking at this face to face, it doesn't look bad at all. However, I feel like this looks better. So I think we're just going to go with the cream colored accent flower and leave it at that. And then I also have some of my little gold rimmed flowers here. So, all right, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to, number 1, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to resin this piece down. Right there and right on the front. Just like that. And let's see. Of course, I put my little UV light in another container, so I'm going to pop this under my lamp real quick, you guys. Doggone it. Got that beautiful gift, and it's so awesome, and I don't even have it here right now. I wasn't thinking I was going to need it, honestly. Okay, I'll put that under there. Where did I put that? I thought I had it in my little tool bin that I bought here, but I must have used it and moved it because it's not in there. Oh well. Oh, I'll show you guys. Jeff came in just a little bit ago. He got his router, so he already started using it, and so this is one of the playing cards boxes. Now this one is actually, the other one that I showed in the giveaway was pine. This one is actually made out of maple, and you can see the beautiful, beautiful grain in this wood. It's just gorgeous. And then he engraved it with playing cards. And then you see how it's got the two magnets, one on each end. Let me put it down. One on each end. So, and then the cards go right in the middle, like this. And this lid pops right down on there, and you can see I can shake this, I can turn it upside down just in case, and it's not, it took a lot of strength for me to do that. So so they don't fall out easily, I'll put it that way. These magnets are super, super strong. But anyway, so isn't this gorgeous? So he's going to be making these in maple, walnut, possibly cedar, possibly oak, and then we're going to see how they do. So based on the wood, the prices may be a little bit different, you guys, because some woods are more expensive than others. I'm sure you guys know that. And he wants to make these and put them in our Etsy shop. So I love them. I'm going to keep a set myself when he gets these made. I don't know which wood. I am a lover of walnut. I adore walnut. So that's probably what I will want. I love maple too, though. Walnut and maple are my two favorite woods. And I love, what I love even more is I love the two woods together, like one on top of the other. So it might be fun to switch them up a little bit and do some packs that are maple and walnut, or walnut and oak, or something like that. So, okay, so we got this on there, and you can see that looks absolutely gorgeous. And now we're going to start putting our flowers on. And those are not going to get resined on, so I'm going to get my resin out of my face for just a minute. And we are going to start adding our beautiful, beautiful flowers. And these are paper roses. And they are some that I got from Debbie over at Bird's Place. And I'm hoping that real soon Bird's Place is going to get started again. We're all kind of keeping our fingers crossed on that. Debbie is still trying to recover from what happened with her. And, you know, she was trying to do way too much, you guys. And she had lost her son and was just trying to bounce right back and get into things, and I just don't know. She should have taken some time off after that, I think. she felt like he would have wanted her to keep on going like that, but he wouldn't have wanted her to get sick. So she had to take some time off and just try and recover. And I'm going to guess she has taken time off to grieve a little bit, where I know she grieved before, but she really needed the kind of grieving where you take time off and you don't work and you don't do these other things. That was her son. And her son meant the world to her. So, I can see, you know, that getting right back to work wouldn't have been the thing. Now, if it had been me, I don't know if I'd have ever been able to go back to work. If I'm being completely honest, I don't know what I would do if I lost one of my children. I just don't know how she did it. Okay, so here's what I was thinking. I was looking at these and I was thinking these would be perfect in these corners. Look at that. So that's what I'm thinking about doing with two of these. One on this side, one on this side, and then you've got this beautiful thing in the middle. I want to look at this and see what this looks like right here. The other thing I was thinking, I could just take this and I could just put this on one side or the other, not both sides, just one side, and do this sort of hanging from one of these, like that. And that looks gorgeous as well. So that's where I have to kind of get it figured out and decide what I'm going to do. Now I also have these, and these are very pretty. These are some that Robin sent me, and I think it might be nice to add a couple of these little acrylic roses in here. And honestly, these, let's see, these two, I thought I had three that were clear. Maybe not. Okay, these two are clear with the gold trim, and I kind of like those to kind of accent a little bit with. So I was kind of thinking maybe like either side of the cream colored flower like that, or maybe just to have one poking out on this side and one poking out on this side like that. But I don't know, that looks kind of weird. Honestly, I think maybe if I just come up sort of under that cream colored flower, I think that's what I like. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take this and put a nice dollop of glue there, and I'm going to put this one up and under. Just like that. I do have to go to work tonight, you guys. I'm so bummed. I don't want to work tonight. I want to take the night off and play. I'm having a really good crafting day today, so this one I think I'm just going to put the glue in there and sort of push it back behind there. That way they're just kind of poking out, and I think that looks really, really pretty, because we still have our other embellishments that we want to add too. So if I take like this, and maybe this on this side, kind of like that. That looks really, really pretty. Let me hold this up so you guys can see, and then you can start yelling at me from home. Or let's see, like kind of like that, kind of more evenly spaced, like that. Or we could take these and put them sort of just kind of coming out from, like one coming out from there, and maybe one coming out from there. I kind of like it without this part on there. And one of those was like that. What did I do with it? I thought I put it right here. You guys, I could lose my own. Forgot about those. I do have those foam flowers. Those would have been really pretty in this. Ah, what did I, oh, here it is. See, the ring doesn't have that on it. It's just the teardrop. So I'm going to try and get this ring base off of here. This one's a little harder to get apart. I remember from the other ones. It's not too bad, but it's a little more difficult to get that ring base off of there. So if I go like with that coming out there, see, it just kind of, it's not quite so much poking out. Or maybe now with doing that, these would look good coming out from here and here. And I do like that. So I don't know if I have another red set here. I don't know how many she bought me of each. Usually she does 2 sets of each, and sure enough, she sure did. Thank you, Robin. So I have another ring here because I've got another set, so I'm going to pull the ring out. And I don't want to break the chain because I can use that chain. That's a really pretty gold chain, and those will work well to serve another purpose. I could put 2 of those chains together and make a purse strap with it, a gold strap. So yeah, that would work really well for that. And then this one sort of over here, whoops, like that. So I think that is very pretty, right? I'm going to stand up for just a second. Actually, it looks really nice like that, too, with those at each end now. Or, you know what? You know what else I could do? I just thought of it. Sometimes I like to put a couple of these together and make just one pretty piece coming out of one spot. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I had to go check on my puppy. Okay, I think this is how I'm going to do this. Meanwhile, I was kind of checking on this stuff. However, here's what I'm going to do. You know what? I don't know if I want to use this or not. That might just be taking it one step too far. I did that and that. I just can't hold it in there right to see really what it looks like without my fingers popping out of there. Okay. Oh, you guys. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I definitely do like this piece coming out right there. I think that is perfect right there. I also like it coming out right there. That's also good. Or right there. Actually, I think I like it best right there. So maybe what I'll do is I'll leave that right there and maybe do the one on that side. Yep, that's what we're going to do, you guys. I'm going to, right now, I'm going to glue this on there into place. That is not going to be its final product to keep it down. But for right now, we're going to use glue, a little dot of glue in there, just to get these right in place where we want them, because we are going to be adding some more resin on this. Okay, so that looks really pretty, I think. So we don't need these. Nope, that is way too much. I do kind of like these little flowers kind of coming out at each end. I think those kind of finish that off. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use a little bit of glue to put those down and get them in there good. Oh, I got some on the butterfly there. I'll have to wait a second and let that dry a little bit, and then I'll get it off of there. And put that one there, just like that. And I have got oh, here it is. I have my little razor blade here. I'm going to use that to get this piece of glue off of here. I can't leave that on there. And it's okay. I'm scratching this resin up just a little bit, getting that off there, but that's okay because when I put the other layer of resin on there, it's going to cover up those scratches. So that's not even an issue, you guys. And this one, I just need to push it in there far enough. Okay, so that's that. So now what we're going to do is, I don't think we need any more of those blingy bits. Do we want to put these on these corners? That's the big question of the day. And I really do think they're going to be gorgeous when it's all said and done, because I'm going to be adding a little more something to this. But the thing is I do have to use 2 of these, and that's hard for me because I really do love this bling, but I will keep saving it until the end of time. As long as it's the last of it that I have, I'll just keep saving it and saving it, because I'll continuously say that a project isn't good enough for it. So, and there is no project that's not good enough for whatever it is you want to use. I do have a little bit of a pokey coming out right here that I could feel. Keep sliding off the end of that. Just trying to get these this pointy corner off of there. Okay. I don't know if I have any sandpaper right here or not. I bet I don't. I just found another little piece of bling that's really pretty. It's just red, but nah. Okay, so let's go ahead, and these I am going to put just a little dot of glue on each of these little edge pieces, and hopefully try and get this on there quick enough that that's not going to dry before I get it attached, which is not likely because it took me forever to do that. I should have just put it in place and then put the glue on. That's what I usually try to do. Just like that. And this one, just like that. I don't know how well they're going to stick because the glue, the hot glue, when you're doing two shiny surfaces like that, it's not an easy thing to get to stick. So this one's going to need it right there and right there. And we're just going to lay that right on top. See, I did that one right. I should have done the other side that way. Okay. So now we've got those on there, just temporarily like that. And what do you think, you guys? Do you think with or without? I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I liked it better without them. If I'm being honest, I think I like it better without those. That's a little too much bling, I think. So, and what I could have done is I could have just put a piece of this instead of one of these over here or over here. I could have just put, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to yank this out. I hate that I do this every time. I do this every time. I'm just going to cut this little bit of my flower off. It's going to be okay. And we're going to put this piece right in there. And I think that looks gorgeous. Did I do it right? Oh, I did it. I thought it wasn't like sitting right. Just like that. There we go. Now it's gorgeous. Yes, that's what we're going to do. So, and now I only have to use one of them. Yay. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, you guys. I'm going to take some of my resin and let's see. I was thinking I wanted to try and put some of these little rhinestones down. And I have a little rhinestone picker, but it's not sharpened. Shoot. Maybe we won't use those. Maybe I have another idea. So we're just gonna start putting resin on here, on the front side. And I'm popping some up under that, just to make sure that it's all up in there and around this piece so that it does not go anywhere. There we go. That's exactly where I want it. And we are going to get out the diamond dust. I'm not going to overdo it with the diamond dust, but we are going to put diamond dust on here to get the whole thing just shining and sparkling. I haven't used it in quite a while, actually. Well, I did use it the other day in something. I'm trying to remember what. But I didn't use a lot of it. I just used a little bit in something. Let me make sure I don't get that messed up. And this is going to put that nice clean finish over the whole top of this. And it's just going to look gorgeous. So let's get our diamond dust. Let's see, which one do I want? This other diamond dust is a little bit larger pieces, a larger grit, and I think maybe that's what I want. This one here. Let me open this over my trash can. Yeah, see how shiny this is? Gorgeous! Oh my goodness. And I have one of my little spoons here. We're going to use this, and we're just going to sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Just got a little spoonful here, and I'm just going to sprinkle it over the whole area where I just added that diamond dust. And I'm going to do one side at a time with this. Make sure I got enough, but not too much. Okay, I think that's going to do it. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab my lamp. I'm going to lay my lamp right over the top of this so that I don't have to move it, because it's nice and secure on here, and it's not going to go anywhere. Put that stuff back there. And here's my lamp, and I will be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and I did the other side as well. Same thing. And look at this, you guys. Can you believe the sparkle in this? Oh my word. And then what I want to do is I actually want to add some as well to just a couple of, well, you know what? No, I'm not going to do it. I was going to say I was going to add some to the flowers, but I'm not. And the reason I'm not is because the resin will change the color of these flowers. And sometimes it's a good change, sometimes it's not. I mean, it will darken them, which would be fine. I would be okay with darkening. But I don't want it to give them an odd texture. And sometimes that is what will happen. And this looks beautiful the way it is. So we've got that on there. We've got our bling. We need now one of our chains. I'm trying to see if I can find a long one. I have some long ones, not many, that are already, let's see. That one's pretty good. And I think that one's probably A little bit longer. Okay, so the longer the better where this is concerned. So I'm gonna go with that one there. I've got so much of this chain now. I went and bought some white, and I've got all different. I got well, as far as the ball chain is, I only got silver, and I have some black, and I have white. I didn't buy any other colors in the chain. I don't think this is going to go through there. I need to widen the holes in the filigree so that I can drop this chain through there. So we're going to just use this. This is to make the jewelry, the pins for jewelry, to put an eye in it so that you can attach charms and things like that. So I just put that through those two little holes that I made bigger. They were already there. I just made them a little bit bigger. And let me get this through here. There we go. And then I'm thinking maybe we could take and add a nice charm to this. I'm not sure if it'll look good or work or whatever, but we're gonna check it out here. I would like one that says hope, if I can find one. Here's one that says faith. I like that a lot. Friends, there's a hope one. There's a round hope one right there. I'm just trying to look. I've got different ones. We've got a best friends. It's like two of them that say best friends. That's so pretty. I gotta remember that I have that. Sorry, you guys, I should have had these out and ready to go, and I did not. There's one that says trust. Dream. I like dream. That would be pretty in there. Faith, hope. Let's see, faith, hope. I think I have one that says love. And it's like that faith one. Let me see here. I just need to get in here and be able to see these better. Blessed. And love. So we have faith, hope, love, blessed. That's another love one. Another faith one. Okay, well, I think we're going to go ahead and put these aside. I also have these gorgeous ones, but these are just a little too big. And these are my favorite ones because they say some pretty awesome stuff on them. But they're just too big for these. What am I looking for? I'm looking for some jump rings, which I have right here. And this should be big enough. And we need more pliers. And actually this one's already opened up. I started to use it and didn't. So let's see. We're gonna put Faith on first. And Hope. Love. If I could just hold it right, I could get it on there right. So Faith, Hope, Love. And let's see if I hang that right from there. I think that is going to look really, really nice. I could, oh, darn. Faith, Hope, Love. Oh, goodness. Got this too close. Okay. Love. I think if I add this blessed one, though, it's just a little too much. In fact, I think I'm just going to do this with Faith and Hope. It doesn't need any of these other ones. That looks like it's just right. And I'm going to put that through that other hole. I was going to put it on the ball chain, but I changed my mind because I've got another hole just down below where the ball chain goes that it can hang from separately, and it will just hang facing forward like that. And I like that. And we're going to close this up. So this would be an awesome rear view mirror hanger for sure. And then, let's see. I just want to determine if I want to hang anything from one of the wings. I always like to do that. You know, you guys know that I almost always do put something hanging from a wing. If I put that on, that's going to be pretty. Oh, it's missing a rhinestone. That's not going to work. I can't put something on there that doesn't have a rhinestone. Let's see. Of course, that one's going to be further down in the bag. Okay. So let's see. Make sure my next one doesn't have anything missing. Nothing missing. Okay. And maybe we'll just cut it off so that it doesn't have that extra dangle. There we go. And that makes it just like that. So if I put that coming from right here on that wing, maybe right there, and then I feel like I have to put something over top of it. So let's see. I'm going to put that on there right there, and we're going to pop the lamp over it. Just a little dot of resin. And I want it to kind of turn that way a little bit so that they hang nicely, the fringes. Okay, really fast, we're going to get this lamp over the top of that and get it curing, and then I'll figure out what I can put over the top of it and then we will be done. Just trying to, I'm looking through some of my other bling here to see if there's something else that might work for that. But it's got to be something small. Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea. Maybe it'll work. Okay, that I can stop for a minute. Okay, I have these, some of those little tiny rhinestone things that I was using to make the earrings and stuff with. And if I put one of those just kind of over the top, it kind of, that's a little too small. I'm not certain that this is going to be a good look, but I just want to try it just to see. Of course, I can't hold on to it. Not with these nails. I could put that on there. It doesn't show up enough though. Let me see. That is too big. Oh boy, you guys. Let's see. What if I just put one of those over the front? Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I know it's taking it off of here to put on there. Or I could just take from this chain and have one of the ones that's like that and let that hang without. No, I think this is going to be prettier. I'm sorry, Sherry. I know I'm cutting this apart. You're probably going to be mad at me, but I feel like this is the best size, shape, and everything. Get the little wire off the bottom of it. And I think that is going to do perfectly. Yes. So let me add another little dot of resin right there, the top. And I think I'm going to have it go that direction. And I'm going to grab my lamp again and pop that on for a minute. Okay, that should do. Yeah, that looks really pretty on there. I think that was a good idea. All right, and let's see, is there anything else we need to do to this gorgeous, gorgeous creature? Oh, I do need to put one more layer of resin on the back, but I can do that off camera, so you guys don't need to watch that part. I will put one more coat of resin on the back just to even things out real well. And I love, love, love having this Faith and Hope charms right here. Yeah, it came out gorgeous. Look at that, you guys. Look at that. It's spectacular. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I've done videos in the past of these, and you guys always seem to love them, and I love these butterflies, and so I just felt like doing this today. So that's what I'm doing. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and please make sure you give this a thumbs up and make a comment down below. You guys really, really help me when you do those comments. I mentioned that once before, but I mentioned at the beginning of my video that when you guys make comments, that is what attracts YouTube to my channel and causes them to put me in front of more people, because it says that my subscribers are engaging with me. You guys are not engaging with me much. So I would love it if you did. I will respond to all comments. So not to worry about that. I don't, I like to make sure that I am talking to my subscribers, and when you ask a question, I'm going to answer it. So I just want you guys to know that. But anyway, please make a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you'd like to see, or if you'd like to see another one of these in pink or blue, or I'm going to make the blue one. But yeah, I think you guys would enjoy making these. I will put a link to these butterflies down below. They come in a large package with 3 sizes, large, medium, and small. This is the medium size. This is the large, and then there's one smaller than this. So anyway, thank you all for watching today. Please take care of yourselves, be blessed, and remember that you're all amazing. Every single one of you is amazing in your own ways, and love your family. Make sure you don't forget about that. Tell them you love them all the time if you can, every day if you can. Hugs, kisses, whatever you got for them, because you know we're not promised tomorrow, you guys. So just take care of yourselves first and foremost, because you can't help anybody else or love anybody else if you're not taking care of yourself. So love yourself first. And you guys take care, and I will see you in the next video. Hang around for pictures on the back end of this one. And maybe I'll even have the blue one done by the time I get this processed, so I'll put pictures of that one at the end of the video as well, so you guys can see what the blue one looks like. I also post reels on my Facebook account, so you can get on Facebook and follow me there and take a look at those reels. Just started making some of them. I don't have a lot of them up there, but I'm trying to work on doing them of all of my projects and things. So anyway, thanks a lot, you guys. Love you all. Be blessed. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.